What's going on, moviegoers? If you're new to the channel, my name's Christian. Welcome to SeaWorld Productions. The Snyder Cut is finally out. In this video, we're going to be talking some huge spoilers and what we all just experienced from the Snyder Cut. So if you haven't seen it, I advise you, take those 4 hours and some change to go watch the Snyder Cut and come back to my channel and let's dive deep into what we all just experienced. When we're talking one of the greatest comic book movies of all time. It is baffling to me, baffling, that a studio saw parts of this and said, no, we don't really like this. Let's take this part. I think we should go in a separate direction. It is fucking crazy. Insane. It just doesn't make sense. Which leads me to believe that there's a deeper meaning to why the studio did this. Because what I just saw was fucking incredible. What I just saw was something on a whole nother level. I put the Snyder Cut in a different category. And it saddens me that this isn't canon within the DCEU. Because what Zack Snyder just accomplished, the world building in this movie is phenomenal. And I hate the fact, I hate the fact that we can't restore the SnyderVerse. I'm still going to say it. I'm still going to hashtag it because this is a universe I want restored. This is a universe I want back. My love and appreciation for this movie, and when you understand and realize just what Zack and his team and his family and the cast and crew went through to get this movie made, it leaves you lost for words. It really does. You guys, and I'm not bullshitting you. This, like I said before, this isn't just an average comic book movie. This is on a whole nother level. 4 hours felt like 2.5. It sped by so quick because I was so heavily invested in what I was watching. Heavily invested. There's so much to talk about, you guys. I love the character building, the story arcs that we got in the Snyder Cut. That is crucial to when telling these stories of these heroes. You can't just introduce somebody and not give any kind of, solid foundation of who they are and where they come from. And we got that. One of the huge highlights of this movie, I would love to say, is the antagonist of the film, which is Steppenwolf. Steppenwolf is probably my now most favorable antagonist in any movie that I've seen. It's crazy. Whenever Steppenwolf was on screen, I was dialed in. I loved his character. He was just so badass. And when you kind of understood his message on why he was trying to get the mother boxes together because of his betrayal of Darkseid, he wanted back in the family. So his motive was heavily deepened inside him. He was phenomenal. He was menacing. He was terrifying. He whipped ass and he killed a lot of people. He killed a lot of people in this movie. And the R rating was done justice. I'll have to say that. The R rating was done justice. You know what I mean? There was some F-bombs, but guess what, man? People were getting hacked up by Steppenwolf. Wonder Woman was killing people. Yo, this movie was off the charts. Like I said, Steppenwolf was clearly one of my most fucking memorable things out of this movie. I loved him so much. I want more of Steppenwolf. But the way it ended, I doubt we'll get more of Steppenwolf. Cyborg, man. Cyborg also stood out. The backstory on his character. We got so much of Cyborg, so much of Victor Stone and his past and his family. It was truly beautiful. What I'll say about this is Zack Snyder and what he did with this was poetry in motion. This shit was poetry in motion. This movie made me feel so many mixed emotions. Like, it was great. I loved the love and appreciation that Zack gave, Ray Fisher's character as Cyborg. And it's crazy that a studio would rip that out from the theatrical cut and just be like, oh, he's just some random black character now. No, there was so much more depth to this character. So much more building. The layering of this character and the way, and when you see him towards the end of the movie, phenomenal, phenomenal. Wonder Woman, I'm gonna say this right off the bat. Check this out. Hashtag Zack Snyder for Wonder Woman 3. I am sorry, but after watching Wonder Woman 1984 and the monstrosity of that movie, and then seeing Wonder Woman in this movie, fucking badass. That's Wonder Woman right there. And the theme that played for Wonder Woman every time she showed up was fucking cool. Every time she showed up, her theme, oh shit, man, it got me going. I'm like, oh, let's go. Like, it was so dope. I was looking at my wife every time that thing came on. I was like, it's about to go down. Loved that theme, man. Phenomenal theme. Wonder Woman, badass in this. I loved what they did with the Flash. I was heavily resistant about Ezra Miller. And I wasn't on board because all we saw it was in, the theatrical cut. And that shit was corny as fuck. So I wasn't invested in him. And I was nervous about his movie coming out. But now after seeing this, I'm like, holy shit. Yo, if his character is anything like he was in the Snyder Cut for his own solo movie, then we are in good hands. The Speed Force, the way they used his fucking speed was phenomenal. So many scenes were cut out. Oh my God, you guys. It baffles me. Like, why? The scenes where he, when they first encountered Steppenwolf and he was saving all the people from, the freaking boulders falling off the building. That shit was dope as hell. The Speed Force. My God. Phenomenal visuals. The visual effects in this movie were outstanding. I loved the ratio. I thought the ratio was perfect. You got more of the movie. Hence, the side black bars were completely fine with. I have a 4K TV sound bar, and it was gorgeous. Just gorgeous experience while watching this. But damn, y'all. There's so many open doors. Zack opened so many doors of where we can go. It saddens me that he had to get this movie made and say it's not canon. So if there's ever a possibility that Zack can return, I think we should definitely do a separate universe with Zack himself. Martian the Manhunter? When that reveal came, y'all, I lost my shit. I was like, no way. That shit was so cool. Man, yo, that shit was so... Loved the character design. He looked badass. Badass, you guys. I was like, oh, I need more. And then when he showed up to Bruce at the end of the movie, telling him about the whole, the anti-life equation and shit, and he was like, oh, we're building you. This is a relationship. Let's continue this. Like, it was so fucking perfect, you guys. So perfect. So perfect. And the color grading in this movie was very good. The color grading for the theatrical version was, in this movie, the color grading was great. The colors really did pop, and it darkened when it needed to darken. It was really, really fascinating to see. I'll have to say that. But y'all, man, Darkseid, Euxus. I did not expect to see this fool get his ass whipped that bad at the beginning of the movie. I did not expect that. I mean, he went up against the new gods and, Zeus. I was just like, holy shit, yo, this is crazy. He legit almost died. He passed out because of that whole axe in his shoulder going up in the ship. Like, what happened to me? I was just like, oh shit. Yo, Euxus, you a little bitch right now. But definitely, I want to see more of Darkseid. I want to see more of him. The scenes we did get with him were very effective and strong. Very effective and strong and very menacing. Especially the third act of this movie. Like, the first two acts of this movie were definitely character, story, building arcs. Loved it. Appreciated it. But when that shit hit in the third act and when things are starting to go down and when they resurrect my boy Superman, shit gets crazy. That third act was dope as hell. I love that money shot of Cyborg, Wonder Woman, Batman, The Flash, and Aquaman. That shit was dope as hell. I love the fact that when they were fighting Steppenwolf, the teamwork was just gorgeous. Like, they were working together, and like Aquaman wasn't just some fucking dude falling through the sky at the theatrical fucking version, doing woo-hoo, you know, screaming like he does. I'm glad they cut all of that shit out, man. Damn, that third act was just beautiful. Beautiful stuff. And when Superman returned, and you know what I mean, we had that whole flight sequence, and he went to his ship, and he was looking at the different suits, and he puts on the black suit, and the flight sequence, just the reemergence of the character was just gorgeous. I was just like, oh my God, this is what it's about. And when he started getting down with Steppenwolf, he was making sure, yo, I'm about to beat your ass. Like, it's about to go down right now, dude. Yo, but the story was so coherent. The story was so well written, and it just made the universe make more sense in a sense of Wonder Woman, BVS, and Man of Steel. Like, the theatrical version kind of left a lot of people like, what? Okay, what? Like, it just didn't feel the same. Because Man of Steel, BVS, and you put Wonder Woman all into the mix, they all are coherent with each other. They feel like they're within the same universe. And the Snyder Cut continued on with that, and the whole Joss Whedon cut just didn't. It left a lot of people like what the fuck is going on here? But man, you guys, there were so many great moments. I really enjoyed Aquaman's character more in this movie. He was, of course, Aquaman's always just going to be badass. Jason Momoa, dude, I loved the whole scenes with him and Volko. Oh, so dope. And Amber Heard. Won't say much about that. But dude, the whole nightmare sequence, the end of this movie, the epilogues, I was just like, oh man, it's going down. Because Batman was having those visions, and he was having those dreams of shit, you know, what's going on. And he mentioned it to Diana, like, I had, you know, in BVS, you know, not in BVS, but I had, you know, this dream, and, you know, Barry was right here. And I was like, oh shit, like, you're opening the door to a potential Justice League 2 Nightmare movie, which would be fucking stellar, really good. And to finally see Jared Leto's Joker and Ben Affleck's Batman interact with each other was it was like a psychological thriller. I was just like, oh my God, what's gonna happen? What is he saying? Like, oh man, he's getting under his skin. Oh, she's gonna beat the shit out of him. Like, you never experienced death. And Joker was like, you sure about this, man? I did kill one of his buddies. You know, his mom is dead. His dad is dead. Bruce has experienced death like no others. So when when Mira was pissed off about Aquaman's death by Superman, you know what I mean? She like questions Bruce. She was like, yo, man, what you know about this? You know? And I was just like, oh man. And that whole, you know, the dialogue exchange, Jared just kills it, man. And it's so unfortunate because I want to see more screen time within these characters. Give me a prequel series with Ben Affleck, please, but give me it now because I need it. I need it, you guys. This movie was so damn good, you guys. So good. Lex Luthor escapes. He is gone, although he kind of should be in Blackgate Prison. I don't know why he's in Arkham Asylum. And you see the whole Deathstroke. Woo! And it just kills me. Like, Deathstroke was going to go after Batman. Lex gave him his true identity. And that Batman film that Ben Affleck was writing was going to be a film about Deathstroke going after him. And can you imagine multiple fight sequences between Ben Affleck's Batman and Joe Manganiello's Deathstroke? Bruh, I'd die right here, right now. I would. I really would, you guys. Man, this movie was so good. I feel like I can talk about this all day, you guys, but I give this shit a 10 out of 10. I highly, highly suggest everybody rewatch it multiple times. Buy it when it comes out in physical media, because this is a movie you want to own. Trust me. The character building, the visual effects, the story arcs, the fight sequences, the heart, the soul, everything that Zack Snyder put his blood, sweat, and tears into, you felt it. It was great. The whole Star Labs and the potential of Adam coming into, the DCU. There's just so much. I love Victor's dad. Oh, y'all, absolutely great. Is Lois pregnant? Where are we going with that? But post your comments down below. Let me know what you guys thought about Zack Snyder's Justice League. Thoughts, opinions, you guys. Post your comments down below. Peace.